This video teaches you how to use pivot tables in Excel with the California Municipal Bond Dataset. I'll teach you how to do it with the keyboard and without the mouse. Subscribe, like this video. Make sure to buy my books on Amazon Kindle Publisher. Links in the description below. Let's get into the video. I'll open the File Explorer by pressing Windows key 1 since it's the first item on my taskbar. Shift Tab, and then use arrow and enter keys to get over to the raw data set for today. Alt Tab to get back, Alt F4 to close. Alt F4 to close that menu. Today we're going to go over how to run pivot tables in Microsoft Excel. I'm basing this off the State of California Debt Watch website, their municipal bond data set, which I downloaded from their website. I think it's a great example of a large financial data set that'll be perfect for viewers looking to learn more about how to sort financial data. Press Ctrl A as an alpha to select the entire data set. Alt N is in November, S is in Sierra, P is in Papa to insert recommended pivot tables. I'm going to tab over to New Sheet and press Enter. Then I'll go down here, Control, Alt W is in Whiskey, V is in Victor, G is in Golf to remove grid lines. Alt J is in Juliet, T is in Tango, N is in November to rename it. So I'll call this first one Issuers. Alt H is in Hotel, O is in Oscar, R is in Romeo to rename the tab as Issuers. And we're going to find out who the largest issuers are in the state of California. We're going to rank them by principal amount. So if you press F6 3 times, you get over to this menu, arrow down, press spacebar to add issuer, shift tab to get back up, and I'll say principal amount. The amount of debt that's outstanding. And then I'm going to add one more category, maturity date. If I can just find it by years. And then what I'll do, I'll come back over here, tab over. I'll remove the months field, the quarters field, and years, I'm going to move that to report filters. Now I have a pivot table that is sorted, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to sort it. So I'm going to get rid of final maturity date. And now I just have the year's final maturity date, issuer, and the sum of the principal amount. So what I can do is I can sort, press tab twice, shift tab, space bar to get back. And I'm just going to choose bonds with the year. This video is being made in 2024, so I'm using arrow down and space bar to select only bonds that are both issued and outstanding. For the state of California and its municipalities and government entities, that's about 1.3 trillion with a T as in Tango, according to this data set. So once we're done, I'll check to make sure that's the number we see at the bottom. This will allow us to see how much debt is currently outstanding. Go to the bottom, and it'll be easier if I sort. First, Alt down arrow, M as in Mike, Alt D as in Delta, tab, Alt down arrow. I'm going to sort in descending order by principal amount. Then I'm going to grab this whole thing, Control Shift Space, Alt H as in hotel, A as in alpha, N as in November, Alt 9 twice to decrease the decimal places. It should be 1.37 trillion, and it is. So now you can see here the largest issuers within the California system. So the state of California has currently, as of this data set, 184 billion and change of debt outstanding. Next largest, California statewide Communities Development Authority with 54 billion and change. The Regents of the University of California, almost 51 billion with a B as in Bravo dollars. And you can see something interesting here in the top 10, something called the Golden State Tobacco Securitization Corporation, which dealt with the big tobacco settlement in 1998. So that corporation was set up to receive the payments that California is owed from that, and then issue securities against that stream of payments, which private investors buy. So that's a way to take this large data set, which had 69 columns and over 75,000 rows, and we can now see something useful, which is we can see who the largest issuers are. Control down, we can see the smallest issuer is something called Fort Jones, which has 71,000 in debt as of this data set. Now I can do something interesting. I can press Alt H as in hotel, O as in Oscar, M as in Mike, Alt C as in Charlie, B as in Bravo, and enter. Alt H as in hotel, O as in Oscar, R as in Romeo, and I can rename it, and I can call it issuers and debt type. So Alt J as in Juliet, T as in Tango, N as in November. I can add debt type to this. So press the F6 key 3 times. I can add debt type to this mix. Now we can control down. It's still the 1.37 trillion, but now you can see different issuances. So for example, state of California, the largest issuer within this government system, has almost all of their debt is general obligation bonds, but they do have a little over $600 million in commercial paper markets, probably to finance some sort of short-term payroll or something of the sort. And then you can see like the California Statewide Communities Development Authority has a bunch of different types of debt. It's got leases, conduit revenue bonds, conduit note or loans. It's got bank loans, other types of debt, revenue-linked bonds, special assessment bonds. And so you can begin to see what this looks like. I'll create another pivot table. I'll go back to the original data set. Alt, N as in November, S as in Sierra, P as in Papa. Tab over to new sheet. I'm going to call this unrated debt. So Alt H is in hotel, O is in Oscar, R is in Romeo, Alt W is in whiskey, V is in Victor, G is in golf to remove grid lines, All J is in Juliet, T is in Tango, N is in November. To update the pivot table name, I'll call it unrated debt. And then what I will do is I will look at principal amount, final maturity date, which I want years for, then I will go to rating. Let's just take S&P, Moody's, and Fitch as the 3 ratings. All J is in Juliet, Y is in Yankee, P is in Papa, T is in Tango. All J is in Juliet, Y is in Yankee, T is in Tango, D is in Delta. To sort the data more intuitively, I'll move over here, tab over. I'm going to move this to the report filter. So again, tab twice, spacebar, shift tab, spacebar. I only want to see debt from 2024 and beyond that has a maturity this year and beyond. So I can only see what's currently outstanding, at least by year. If we got the exact date, since this is mid-year, we could see a more precise figure, but this is close enough. I'm using the space keys and the arrow keys to add these. Now I can sort by different categories. So for example, I can do not rated by S&P. I can also filter alt down arrow, see what's not rated here. Oh, it's at the bottom. Let's see what debt is unrated by all 3 of the major ratings agencies and how much that adds up to. All H is in hotel, A is in alpha, N is in November. And we can see of that 1.37 trillion that's outstanding, 186 billion and change of it that California currently has issued and outstanding is not even rated. So qualified institutional buyers, a lot of them can't even buy it due to regulations. So that's interesting as well. So this is how you create pivot tables in Excel with the keyboard. Take large data sets like the state of California debt data set, 69 columns, over 75,000 rows, and draw some insights and some data from it. Take this knowledge into the marketplace to be a better data analyst, better with Excel, and to better understand financial data and draw insights from it. Have a great day. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and please buy my books. The links to those will be in the description of this video.